Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Really just depends if you're new here or not. I don't use my voice, okay? I rarely talk, alright? So when it comes down to creating content and I get to blab in my fucking lips and I'm just yapping away, usually after the 40-minute mark, which is if I record 2 videos in one day, by the time I get to the third one, my voice is like, please help me. And I'm like, no, bitch, we gotta keep going. And I was gonna let her rest her little cords, but I decided I can't because, Missy, ma'am, we have to speak about this one too. And she was like, no. And I was like, yes, bitch, let's go. So here we are talking about it. Imagine it's a lovely Saturday, blue sky, puffy ass clouds, sun is shining, but not too hard because it can get hot as shit and we don't want to burn. Imagine your family wants a puppy or a kitten. You haven't decided. So you decide to go to your local animal shelter with your children, with your family, okay? Say you get to the local animal shelter and you're browsing the cute little puppies, you look at the kittens, come across a few older dogs or even animals that have just been there for a while, and you're falling in love. You're debating which one you want to get. But wait, what is that menacing smell that you smell coming through the air, and why is it pouring out of the vents? Then imagine you're thinking it's the apocalypse. You don't know what the fuck's happening. You look at your friend, you're like, Becky, what the fuck? And she's like, I don't know. And y'all are just trying to come to terms with whatever the fuck is actually happening, and you're just kind of chilling there. Then imagine an animal shelter employee comes in and says, oh, people's here. By the way, we're evacuating the building right now because methamphetamine is currently burning in the air and we're all kind of fucking exposed to it. And a lot of y'all might be thinking, Revoke, are you okay? Why is your mind going to these weird imaginary stories like what has happened? Did you sleep okay? Did you dream weird? I slept alright and I did have a weird dream, but this is a true story and a true situation that happened in Yellowstone at an animal shelter because the police department uses this animal shelter's crematorium to burn evidence, including illicit drugs. But wait, there is more, because this hasn't just been an issue this one time. This has been an issue for the past 2 years, where not only the animals at the animal shelter, but all of the animal shelter staff and employees have been exposed to burning of narcotics and unsafe and what's the word? Because the shelter employees have been exposed to unsafe work conditions and hazardous materials that are not being disposed of properly, all so that the city can save a pretty little penny. Let's get right into the story and buckle the fuck up, because if you're an animal lover like me, or just somebody who doesn't want people to randomly be exposed to methamphetamines, you're gonna be pissed off too.
It may seem like wash day here at the Yellowstone Valley Animal Shelter, but it's the aftermath of a shocking situation.
We're really, really lucky.
Executive Director Trinity Halverson was sitting outside Wednesday when she noticed a strange smell coming from the building.
The little bit longer that I could smell it, I knew that it was something burning in the crematorium, like the incinerary.
Within minutes, thick smoke filled the building.
Several of my staff were coughing.
We were trying to pull everybody out to get them out of that smoke because there was billowing smoke out of the room.
Employees like Lizette Worthy rushed to evacuate animals to safety, and after several hours, 14 shelter employees went to Billings Clinic to be treated and were shocked to discover what was in the air.
One of our board members got a call from City Administrator Chris Kokolsi, and he let us know that after doing some research, he got confirmation that they were burning methamphetamine.
The incinerary is owned by the city of Billings. While it's regularly used to burn animal remains, each Wednesday law enforcement also uses it to dispose of narcotics.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What? This is one of those rare times where I put the H before the W when I say what. But what the fuck do you mean you are burning? The police department is using the animals' crematorium at the animal shelter to burn illicit narcotics, and not even safely. Shouldn't burning police evidence be something that's done at the police department or in a actual controlled environment that's not around everyday citizens, employees, staff of the animal shelter, and also the fucking animals? I don't know, I'm crazy. I'm just crazy, but those are my thoughts. But surely, right, Sure as shit. That it has to be just a one-time incident where this is the first time anything's ever gone wrong. It has to be. Because there's no way in hell this has been going on for some time where there's known fuck-ups with it. There's just no way, right? Please tell us we're right.
City Assistant Administrator Kevin Iflin claims the problem lies not with the incinerator itself, but with the negative pressure it creates in the building.
And then there was another thing in place, that there was a 4-foot fan out there, that if there was issues that started to arise, that we could turn that on.
Iflin says that fan was never turned on, along with another problem.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? You're gonna burn methamphetamines and other illegal substances, drugs that people should not be exposed to in an animal shelter and say, oh, if problems arise, here's an industrial fan, feel free to plug it up, just crack the windows, open some doors. I don't know, maybe put a mask on that might help you from not inhaling drug smoke. What the fuck do you mean? What? How? Why? Huh? Do y'all think if you were ever in a situation where METH smoke started coming into the building that you're currently in, the first thing you're gonna do is run to a 4-foot fucking fan, plug it up, and crack a window? Hell to the fucking no. Y'all are probably gonna get the hell out of there along with rescuing them baby animals on the way. But you know what? Wait. He said there was another problem. So maybe there was a problem with the way it was being burnt itself. But also my question for that would be, are they just dropping shit off to the animal employees and saying, hey, go burn this for us? Like, yeah, thanks, great job. Here's a $5 tip for doing so. Or are they actually going in and dealing with the machines themselves? Because one, it's police evidence. You shouldn't be leaving it with the animal employees, especially not knowing what the hell it is. And then two, if it was the police department who's actively going in and using this machine, shouldn't they know how to do it properly to avoid situations like this? But again, he said there was another problem, so let's find the fuck out what it is.
Apparently there was a backdraft of some sort coming out of there, where smoke was coming out of the incinerator.
Iflin says he has no knowledge of prior problems at the shelter, but Halverson says issues began to arise 2 years ago when smoke would fill the room during burnings. She tells MTN she's reached out to the city multiple times with concerns.
But when they're burning, what they tell us is evidence. It smells like almost like plastic or chemical burn.
Oh, so that was the second problem. Was just the smoke. It wasn't. What the fuck kind of. What? The logic? Y'all, he pretty much addressed the situation and said, yeah, the animal shelter, all the animals, and all the staff and employees were exposed to methamphetamine smoke, but there were two problems that made this happen and made this occur. We're not responsible for it because it's on their end at the end of the day. The main issue was we gave them a fan. He didn't turn the fan on. The second problem was there was smoke. No fucking shit. Thank you, Sherlock. We would have never known. I'm sorry, but this is giving me fucking disturbed in the head. What do you mean you're gonna burn drugs and illicit fucking shit? Police evidence, but instead of getting an actual place at the police department to do so, y'all gotta put it in the back of your vehicle and drive it to the animal shelter so they can do the job for you. What? Really? I have so many fucking questions. So many questions. Mostly, why is the police department not handling this on their own turf? Why is this not something that the police department has for themselves so they can do this without putting the public at risk? Because God knows that's what they're doing right now, including all these animals. That is so sad. And what this is giving me is the state wanted to save some money, so that instead of just getting an incinerator for the police to do it, they're just going to use the one that's nearby, right down the street, at that animal shelter. And I'm sure the day they decided this, somebody in that conference room stood up and said, but what if methamphetamine smoke starts, pouring out and people and animals get exposed to it? What do we do then? Director says, just give them a fan. Oh, but not just any fan, a 4-foot fan, because that should do the trick.
All animals Wednesday were taken either outside or off location and are all safe. The employees have all since been released from the hospital.
And I had 14 staff members exposed to smoke inhalation from methamphetamine plus all of my animals is not okay. And it should have been prevented.
In Billings, Isabel Sparts, MTN News.
Now, I'll tell you exactly what the hell I would do if I was in that situation. I would get a lawsuit against the city because what the fuck do you mean? You're bringing illegal substances to an animal shelter that is not just illegal substances, but police fucking evidence, and disposing of it at an animal shelter where they're actively endangering the staff who work there. They're endangering the animals who reside there, and they're endangering everyday human beings who come in there who want to adopt a fucking animal. Oh, but it's just on Wednesdays. I'm sorry, but this shouldn't be done any day. And the fact that they've been having to deal with this for the past 2 years is absolutely befuddling me. There needs to be a petition started for Yellowstone where this is specifically, because there is no way that anybody should have to experience this. And the fact that they just seem to not give a shit because it's at an animal shelter. So it's not like they're doing it in a hospital where they're going to endanger a bunch of patients. Let's just endanger the animals and the employees who work for them. This is such a big issue, and I wanted to talk about it because I don't know if any of y'all live in this area or if y'all are familiar with this animal shelter, but give them some damn support because this is absolutely insane, and I really, really want to see something done about this because it's not okay. As somebody who actively works and volunteers with animals, this is not okay, and I would be shitting bricks if I found out that the shelter I volunteered for had anything to do with anything like this, because it's not your responsibility. The city needs to get the right resources for the police to be able to do this at their base and not here where it's going to endanger all these poor little animals who have smaller lungs and a stronger sense of smell than we do, who've already, a majority of them has been through hell and back and have been through trauma in their lives. And now they're going through further trauma by being in a shelter where their staff are doing their absolute best to make them comfortable, to make them feel loved, and to take care of them properly. And all you're doing is making it harder on those animals and making it almost impossible for the staff. I couldn't imagine the emotional roller coaster rides that they must go through every fucking Wednesday, just trying to come up with evacuation plans and have terms for solutions just in case something like this would happen. And you should not be worried about this going into work or volunteer at a shelter. This should not be something you're worried about. Let's be so for real. If you're going into an animal shelter to work or volunteer, the most concerning thing you should have on your mind during the day is how many intakes are we going to get? Are we going to have enough adoptions to cover the intakes? And is this new dog in the corner going to bite me because we don't have a history on him yet? Not, am I going to be exposed to methamphetamine today? Yeah, something needs to be done about this. So I just want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions on the situation. And with that being said, let's start a fucking petition because this is ridiculous. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next damn video. Alright, bye.